It's no mystery that middle-aged new dads are on an unending, picaresque and often ultimately tragic odyssey for grooming and fashion shortcuts. Dad jeans, dad sweaters, dad shoes, and whatnot. So it was especially fitting news this week when it became clear that the reigning big dude Hollywood board chair and proudly middle-aged new dad George Clooney cuts his own hair. With the lowly 80s vintage Flowbee vacuum attachment haircutter thing, aka the suck cut, as satirized in Wayne's World, no less. According to Clooney, he bought the thing from the classic, and also roundly satirized, Flowbee infomercial 25 years ago. To put this in perspective, we can now authoritatively posit that, according to him, Clooney was democratically fishing around in the market for grooming shortcuts then, in the white-hot phase of his post-TV studly man of cinema incarnation in One Fine Day and Batman and Robin, decades before he was brought to heel by the glamorous British Lebanese human rights lawyer and their twins, Max and Ella. As we know, Clooney revealed this supposed white-hot glimpse of his actually quite pedestrian practical man domestic regime live on CBS rather laconically, in passing, to an incredulous interviewer, to whom he then revealed that his hair was not complicated to cut and that its, meaning, his current quiff, was a Flowbee. Predictably, global headlines and endless, instant reams of copy on the amazing fact of an actual Hollywood star engaging in self-grooming with a 20 to 25-year-old infomercial product ensured that sales for the cumbersome time-saver soared. For the second time since the pandemic began, the Flowbee company, still owned by its former carpenter founder, who was himself looking for a dependable, time-saving way to gain a new tonsure back in the late 80s when he invented the ungainly thing, has found itself unable to keep up with demand. It's clear from Clooney's mid-life adventures in branding and marketing, his board seat on Nestle as a result of his extremely successful shilling of Nespresso, his rocket-like ascension to the $1 billion club with the sale of his Casamigos Tequila brand to liquor giant Diageo, have proven that the man is no slouch at those complex fields, either. Part of that success is his manly man ability to bring the infamous Clooney wattage to bear on these products, but it's also his savvy in placing himself and his products that brings the lucre to the brands. He steers the brand's ship well, with all that entails, supply, routing, craft in production, all of it. In other words, each and everything actually missing from the supply-challenged Flowbee company, God bless it, as both the March spike and what we might call this week's Clooney spike in Flowbee sales proved.